Now, you have to close your eyes.
I hope you do.
You ready?
I hope you do.
Okay, try to guess what it is before we look at it.
Oh my Nina.
Ah, I knew we'd get it. I knew.
Call southwest wind at them tide. Not a good combination.
Well, I'm looking for the cellar hole that I found when I was a kid over here. And it's grown up so bad. It's not fit for man or beast in that. I mean, you can't get through it.
How about an eagle? He can fly overhead, right?
Yeah,
I did see one. So.
They do fly upside down when they go over here. Anyways, I wanted you to check this spot out because I see some shells and I did spot a surface find of a bottle. I don't know if it's broken. I haven't touched it.
I think it's old. That's an old bottle.
We're not looking for American stuff. We're looking for French stuff. Clearly, it's not.
So it's supposed to be a French home on this island.
If there was something speaking to us, it'd be that right there.
Yeah,
wouldn't
that's
it?
right.
We're in the wrong place.
That's a good bottle, man. That's old. There's other glass down here too, or something. So someone's been out here digging bottles, I suspect. Again, the bottle's broken out. Like I said, if put it up like that, water gets in it when it rains, and the ice freezes. In the wintertime, it cracks it. So either there's a tremendously good dump right here, or someone's already been out here looking for bottles. But I'm going to dig a little bit if you don't mind.
Hey.
Yeah, if I find bottles like that, I'll stay here all day.
Put it right on them.
Yeah, man, let's do it.
I like that. It's pretty good.
There's a house here. I don't know how old, but there's square nails, some round nails. I'm finding pieces of stove, pieces of clock. Yeah. So it's worth. I think it's worth looking around a little bit. I mean, that's probably
it's late 1800s, probably.
Yeah, probably
Victorian.
Yeah.
There was a house here.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm finding stuff over in there, like stove legs. That didn't wash in on the tide. So.
Sure. It's on the shore here. They quarried some of this granite out. I saw where they've been working the stone.
That could have been one of the
camps. Could have been from that.
Maybe.
Could have been a camp.
Yeah.
There was a family that lived over here for a couple generations.
Yeah. Well, I think for me, I'd look around a little bit more here.
Okay. I'm going to go over that way. We'll see what I can find there. It looks pretty good over that way, too.
I have all my gear here, and I'm just putting it back on, and there appears to be a harmonica reed. Now, that could be from yesterday. Might have been stuck in the corner of my bag. But this is some of the stuff we're finding. That was already here, but that's a stove leg. And threw a couple things over here. Some square nails in here, but there's also round nails. And I threw some clock pieces, but I don't see them right now. I didn't have my bag with me. If I find them again, I'll show them to you. But we're going to just look around here just a little bit longer and see what we come up with. There's a few pieces here. That's that clock piece.
Mobile home trailer.
Well, I'm finding suspender clips. There's bottles here that are pre-1900.
Some fresh Budweiser cans.
Yeah, a few of those.
Well, I got it really wasn't all that great of a signal, but
there's an Indian in it.
Looks like it's been shot. But you can see somewhere there.
Yeah.
You get it in the light just right, you can see the wreath and the 1 cent.
Nice. See what I found, Billy?
Oh, I feel 2 things.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's pretty good.
Root or bone?
Root. Feather edge.
Feather edge. What is it?
Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Nice. Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. Oh, and it's got a design.
Pipe bowl, tobacco. I think it's an earlier one too.
Yeah, there's
because they're kind of small and
crown on it.
Yeah. So we'll be able to look at it and see what was made. Dude, that's awesome.
Dude, that
right
is
there.
awesome.
I like that one. I think we should dig here some more. I was just kind of digging a little hole here.
You know what? I think so.
I'll mess around for a few minutes.
Let her have it. I've never seen one with that on
what's
it
the ID? What does it say? JD or ID?
JD.
JD. So, well, yeah, I'll be able to look that up. That's awesome. That's an early one. Not real early, but earlier than many. Sweet. Let's do it, man.
On to the next.
On to the next. So I had a little squeaker here, but I just popped this out of the ground. Another pipe bowl, Billy.
Oh, we're going to put this right to reuse, fellas, later on tonight.
I'm not smoking that wacky backy with you.
I heard there was a fella uptown that sold stuff you could put in these things.
I found what Billy is going to call an oh my knee-nut find. He's going to go nuts. I'm not going to tell him as he comes over here. Found a cannonball. Probably a little cannonball right there. Isn't that awesome? Got a little signal going there. It's kind of a good squeaker, and this just popped out of the ground, which reminds me of a battery core, and it's possible that's what this is, but I'm not really convinced. I mean, it's carbon for sure, but that shape is just odd. But it could be a battery core. So I just started digging another hole in here, just looking to see if I can find another pipe bowl or two. Haven't found that, but I'm finding lots of pieces of china and stuff. And I did just dig this, which almost looks like melted lead, but it almost looks like a melted bullet, a conical bullet. So that could be, yeah, that probably is a melted conical bullet, but not anything else that's good other than this kind of stuff. The artifact layer isn't actually that deep, so I don't have to go down very deep at all. All right, you ready? I got one find.
One find.
You guys know what it is, but one find that might be an oh my Neenit find if he's very generous and he doesn't have a heart attack.
The bar is pretty high when it comes to oh my Neenit.
So what would be an oh my Neenit? On this trip, what's an oh my Neenit?
And oh my Neenit is probably a piece of silver that's got Liberty on it.
That's it? I mean, gee, that's a really high bar.
That's pretty high bar.
We'll hear it. Now, you got to close your eyes.
I hope you do.
You ready?
I hope you do.
Okay, try to guess what it is before you look at it.
Oh my Neenit.
I knew we'd get it. I knew we'd get it.
What is it with these? It's just a second one
they're
in
like
3 days?
everywhere, man.
That's the exact same size, isn't it?
I think it's a little bigger.
Yeah, it might be a little bigger.
Yeah.
Oh my
Neenit. Yeah, good. Awesome, man. We did it. We finally got an oh my Neenit from Capt'n Billy. It's awesome. So we moved to a different island, looking at an old cellar hole that Torin had found over the winter and couldn't really detect. And it's actually way over there. You can see some the trees sticking up, the evergreens. That's where the cellar hole is. And I came around through the brush kind of looking, and I just found this old well. This is 100% an old well, a good ways away from that house, so I suspect there could be more cellar holes around here. And when we were in the boat coming by, there's a really nice cliff right over here, and that's what I was actually headed to look for Indian artifacts and see if there's any evidence of a cellar hole on top of this. So I suspect it could be, considering the well's here and it's such a distance from the other cellar hole that's way over there. The well is right there. This is the first target that I've dug. It looks like an old hoe. It's got a very small handle though, so I suspect as much as probably a woodworking tool of some sort. Yeah, look at that. It has a really sharp angle on it. That's probably something to do with boat making, I would guess. Not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. So this is the cliff I wanted to come to right here, and we'll look down at the base of that after a bit. But I just dug this, which is a big old ox shoe. Very different than half of a horseshoe that you see me find a lot of times. Yeah, so that's actually the first one I think I've ever found up here. So, all right, I'm kind of happy with that actually. Got all the nails in it, so the old beast probably died with it on its feet. This is the little cliff that I wanted to check out. You can see how the dirt is falling down into the water here when the waves are high, and it's concentrating all of the heavies like the rocks and the coins and the buttons and Indian artifacts right at the base. But actually there's nothing there. I did not find a single thing coming across that was older than like a piece of aluminum. But right here, I just dug this, which is an old axe head. Very, very poor shape. It's probably come down from up here over the years because I just dug it right there. So what we want to do is get up on top and see if there might be a house up there. I'm not really getting much in the way of square nails down here. I'm not really seeing any brick or pottery. So I'm not extremely hopeful. But there is a little stream that pops out right there, some running water. And that's always a really good sign and a really good place to check. So I'm going to finish with this pile of rocks there too. That's curious right there. Let's go look at that. Well, I got you. That doesn't look natural, does it? All right, so what we have here, I mean, it looks almost, it's definitely been dug out. It's a square here. Almost looks like someone had a like a wet weather spring or a shallow well dug right here. You can see there's water coming out of it. It's awfully close to the salt water, so I'm sure it's not a really tasty water, but it might be the water for a very early home site. We're going to find out here in just a bit if I can find my metal detector, which is right there. That's where I found the axe head right there, and that's the little stream I was telling you about that's coming out of off the island. So it'd be good to look up there, see if there's a well or a home site. Just dug this, which of course is a net weight. Looks like a pretty old one. Got a seam mold right there. So we're going to look around here. I'm not really seeing anything like pottery, but I'm actually really hopeful this might be a super early site. I just dug another net weight, and again, you can actually see the mold mark on that, I do believe. I mean, it's just a very crude one. It's not like most of them that I've been finding up here. Yeah, look, you can see that's the sprue right there where this was poured into a mold, and a crude one at that. So I think this is a good early one. I'm still working my way along the bottom of these cliffs, and I'm not finding a whole lot, but there's two things of interest. First thing I wanted to show you was this. You see it's like veins of quartz going through here. And why I wanted to show you that is that on one of my other videos on this trip, as I was going along, I was getting good solid signals in the rock. There were no cracks, nothing. It was in the rock. And having talked to Billy, he was telling me that in this area there are some old silver mines. So they did do some mineral extraction in this area. I suspect I was hearing little bits of silver, or big chunks of silver, I'm not sure, but there was no way for me to get it out. The second thing is smooth rocks. If you look at these rocks right here, you can see how you have like striations going across, like something went across like sandpaper and just scraped it like that and flattened that out. You'll see that on a lot of this rock here. This is all the same way. And what that is evidence of glaciers moving through this area 10, 20,000 years ago. And as it moved over these rocks, it brought on the bottom of it, you got to remember these glaciers were like a mile thick, so they're really, really heavy, pushing down on these rocks. And at the very bottom there might have been other rocks, sand, and other things that it was pushing along with it as it was heading out to sea, and it scraped the surface of these rocks smooth, and you just see the line gouges where other rocks went across. I just thought that was kind of interesting, and wanted to share.
We call southwest wind at them tide. Not a good combination.
She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets.